Hey, we've already started, but this is going to be our garden spot. Started, but this is going to be our garden spot right here along this fence, kind of out of the way. It's a little bit far from the house back there, but I got to walk through here every day on the way to check the chickens, so it'll be right on my way where I can stop and check it, pull any weeds. Of course, right now it's fresh grass, so getting tilled through that's a pain in the butt. Let's get back to it. Alright guys, it's the following morning. If you can't tell, it's a different day from the sun we had yesterday, and it's kind of foggy and misty out here this morning. But we're back. Got a new garden spot about halfway tilled up yesterday. It's new ground, so trying to bust through that sod takes a little work. So we're going to do some more tilling this morning. Not my preferred method for putting in a new garden. I plan to sheet mulch this area back in the winter, put some cardboard, compost and straw down, but didn't get to it, and to get something started, we had to till it up. So I always say don't let best be the enemy of good, and get started and do something. This will work just fine. We tilled it up. We'll get the plants in the ground. We'll probably mulch with some straw or something in the pathways, and then next year probably won't have to till. We'll try to sheet mulch it over the next winter, and then the spring afterwards, we'll just come in and make our beds and get everything planted. So we're going to get back to tilling, try to get this done, and get to some other projects. next year, over the winter, we'll try to cover crop or cover the area so that we don't have to till or very minimal tilling next year. But had to get the sod broken up. Again, if I'd got on it, I would have sheet mulched this back in the winter, let all this grass compost. We might have still had to do some tilling. We have really hard clay soil here, black clay, so getting something planted in, even if we'd have sheet mulched, would have been a little bit of a chore. So we did about half the tilling yesterday. Had the tiller set really shallow, just trying to break up some of the ground. Got it set maybe about halfway down now. We're going to try to go over it a couple more times until we can get it all the way down, as deep as the tiller will go, and then we'll try to get everything planted. So we'll get to it. Once the tilling was done, it was time to plant. Dad and I ran a string line to keep our rows straight, and even with all that tilling, we had to use a shovel to bust some of the holes out. I planted the tomatoes on the back 2 rows as they were our tallest plants. They were planted at 36 inches apart, along with other plants such as cucumbers and squash. Eggplants and peppers were planted at 18 inches apart. I got about half the planting done before I finally got some help. What's that? The grub worm.
Grub worm.
You want to do this one?
Yes.
Okay, dig a hole. Right here. Sit it in. Now what?
Cover it up.
Cover it up. Now what?
Squeeze it down.
Squeeze it down.
A squash. And pile. Like this one. This one first. There's a squash.
This is a watermelon.
Yeah. This is like a watermelon on a squash.
It's a watermelon on the squash?
Yes. On that one.
That's gonna be... Once the little man helped me plant all the plants, I planted several varieties of squash and cucumber seeds across the front row. Once I had all the seeds planted, it was time to get the hose out and get everything watered in. Alright guys, garden is planted, getting everything watered in. Got lots of other places around the property where we want to plant, but this is a good spot because it's on the way to the chickens every day, so I'll be able to stop through, take a look at it, pick any weeds, and take them out to the chicken coop. And, yeah, I think it'll work out well for us. There was more I wanted to plant, but just not enough space. And I don't know if you can see down there, once I get that tree trimmed up and move some stuff, I could run it on down to the chicken coop, but for now, this will work for this year. You can only do so much at one time, so I think this will work. It's give us a chance to grow some of our own vegetables, but small enough that we'll be able to look in on it and hopefully keep it up and it won't become a disaster later in the summer. So. All right, here's the final, well, not final, but we got the garden in anyway. Got it all mulched. I've never mulched like this before, so we'll see it happens. This dirt here is clay, so when it gets hot it just splits open and cracks, and when it's wet it's like super glue, sticks to your feet. You'll be 10 inches taller walking through there. So if nothing else, the straw will help hold in the moisture so it doesn't dry and crack once the heat of summer gets here, and when it's wet like this or water, and you'll be able to walk down it without getting mud all over you, at least not too bad all over you. So we'll see how it goes. We got tomatoes and cucumbers and squash, zucchini, several different kinds of peppers, and looking forward to getting some vegetables out of this later in the year. So we'll keep you updated as the summer goes along, and hopefully it works out. Thanks for watching.